Um, but one thing I'm not so sure about the stage is this blank whiteness. Like, I want to see how it looks in the actual video when it goes from those angles. So I'm gonna go ahead and look at that real quick. So I kind of see when it takes certain angles on this video, it doesn't really show the whiteness like on my video. Like the background looks just white, and that's because the camera doesn't really look like it's panning out like that. But anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and look back at mine. So you see that, and I believe either this stage was extracted or it was handcrafted. I'm not sure, but it is showing a bit weird at certain angles. And maybe the camera was made by someone else as well. But anyway, since this is a basic tutorial, we're just gonna go ahead and roll with this camera here, since it's the one that was provided. But normally, yeah, it kind of like irritates me if it looks like error-ish. I tend to avoid things that look like errors, but this camera is not quite avoiding it, and it's making it look weird. So, anyways, what we're going to do now, getting past the you know uh dislikes about it, because this is just a basic tutorial, and this is basically showing you how to put recreate the Project Diva videos if you wanted to, with supplies that are provided for you by other users, or maybe things they extracted from the game. I'm not sure how that works. But anyways, this is just the basics, so just don't worry about all the other stuff until maybe a later tutorial when I show you maybe some tricks of how to avoid problematic things. Anyways, so I'm just going to move past that disturbing me. So anyways, we're pretty much done with the video to some degree, but as you can see, it's kind of like, to me, just a little bit boring, especially with the errors. Is makes it worse. But anyways, the video is kind of boring as in terms to the overall look. So what I mean by that is, when we go ahead and go to this one, you see that it has sort of a different feel to it. Um, yeah, it has like a different feel to it. The the effects are at work with this one. So basically, what we want to have for our video is just to add some effects now. Some effects so we can just complete our video. And do I plan to make an even easier tutorial about this? Yes, because this tutorial didn't quite go as planned, and it more sounds like I'm rambling sometimes than correctly explaining things. And that's because I'm just kind of winged this with whatever stage, and I didn't expect certain things to take play or certain things to be missing from the stage. So anyways, none of that matters. It's just a basic tutorial. And so now we're just gonna go ahead and move on before I ramble more and make the video even longer. um so so what we're gonna do now is just go ahead and add the effects. So there's two ways you can add effects in MMD. um Actually, there can be three ways, depending on if somebody made some cool PMX effect or whatever. but that's not the type of effect we're going to be working with. We're going to be working with effects that apply in the accessory manipulation box right here, this greenish yellow box, and then also with this, I don't know if you can see in this top corner where my cursor is, but with this effect, yeah. So first I want to show you in this accessory manipulation box, and this is what I use most frequently even if I don't use effect. So I'm not the best pro or whatever at putting the effects, but I just do it based on what I like. So I download effects, and you can get them from the same place that I got the Luca model. You can get it from DeviantArt or places like that. And generally, I just look through the effects and see what I like on my video. It doesn't have to be parse to anybody else's taste or what other people like. I just do it based on what I like. So, based on with that said, we are just going to go ahead and show you how to put the effects. And I would suggest maybe experiment with it and see what you actually like on your video. Don't try to like make it perfect to what someone else has unless you just want to get that style exactly. Otherwise, don't worry about it. Just do what you like on your video. Okay, so anyways, in this accessory manipulation box, we're just gonna go ahead and click load, and make sure you put your your effects somewhere you can find it. So I've got only a little bit organized with my desktop. It was completely organized, but now it's just a little organized. So we're just gonna go ahead and go to our effects. So I have this Miku effects folder. Just gonna open it, and then I have all these effects that I've downloaded from different users, and you can find it on my DeviantArt account. Usually in my favorites is Sugar Shoe DeviantArt. It will be included in the description. Um, yeah, so I'm even gonna organize my favorites in DeviantArt so that you can sort through them easy and find the effects if you wanted to, and things like that. So anyways, basically that would be my credits for all these effects. It's too many to keep up with. So if I want to continue making different videos, I will always have to go find this person, but I already have the effects, but then I have to find it. It's too confusing. So it's just all of my favorites usually. If something is missing, likely you can type it in DeviantArt and find it, because that's usually where I get all my effects from. It's rare I get it from some other place. Most of it comes from DeviantArt. So if you want to find effects, I do suggest DeviantArt to have plenty. So just go there or search Google. Probably should be easy to find some effects. But anyways, moving quite along. So here in this pack that I have right here, I have different effects that I normally kind of use a lot. So I believe on DeviantArt as well, they have a particular one that is a pack, and that's what this is. It should be in my favorites. If not, then maybe I'll find it and add it there. But yeah, it's a pack with generally some nice effects you can use. Anyways, so I'm rambling again, but let's see. Through all these effects, the one that I kind of like the best, and I tell you to just experiment with it and see which ones you like, but I kind of like right here where it says the Fusion 7, and they have different ones. I think they have the Fusion 8 to Fusion 5. Don't know. I don't really know the difference. Haven't tested it, but this the Fusion 7 right here works just fine for the most part. And we're just going to click it. So you just in the accessory manipulation box, you're gonna load it from there, and it should be a .x file all the time for this box. It has to be a .x file, or I think sometimes you can add a .fx, but I'm not sure. So just go .x and make sure you just only load a .x file in this box. So we're just gonna go ahead and open it, And as you see, immediately it gave it like some sort of like dreamy effect. But the thing about this freaking effects is that, yeah, as you see, it turns the whole background black. So like if you don't have like a dome or a sky dome, or your whole stage is not maybe closed in like a building or something, like inside of a building, then you're gonna get this black background like this. So sometimes I keep it because it doesn't bother me for the particular video I'm making. But like as in this Suki Kirai video, the darkness just makes it look odd. So if I can fix it in this tutorial, then I will. And I'll show you how to do that. And as simple as adding maybe a sky dome or something like that to put over it. Okay, so anyways, we have our diffusion, and it already gave it sort of a nice look. And let's see if we can experiment with a couple of more effects and see how that looks. So we're gonna go ahead and load some more and see what happens. So at this point, I'm gonna use the diffusion definitely for sure. And sometimes I put this SSAO. I don't even know what that stands for, but sometimes it makes it look nice. So I add it. So yeah, I kind of like what it did just then. So I will probably keep that effect as well. And so yeah, our stage is looking a lot better besides the darkness that it now has. But it's looking a lot better. And I think what's happening with, when I said that the camera is showing like errors, I think the bottom of the stage doesn't have enough thickness to, like stay visible as a solid, thing. So it's just kind of like going through, because it almost seems like paper thin. But I could explain that more when I go into some other tutorials in the future. And like I said, I'm going to redo this one because to me it's just too much rambling, too much errors in this tutorial. But if this tutorial helps you, I will be very happy to know that. Okay, so now that we have these effects down here, and I'm probably just going to keep it at that since my computer is running kind of hard already. You don't want to put too many effects, especially depending on how your computer works. And sometimes, as I heard someone say, sometimes less is more. So sometimes adding too much can really take away from your video, rather than, making it look nice because you have all these effects going on. Sometimes just having a little bit is a good thing. So even though I like effects, I'm just going to leave it at that. And what we're going to do now is zoom into our characters, because I don't really care about using effects really for the stage, but we will test it out. So zoom into our characters, and this is our shared dollhouse model, Kyle. So we're gonna go ahead and try to put an effects on him to make him look a bit better. So we're right here in effect, right at the top right corner, I think it would be, or depending on how you're looking at, but we're just gonna look at it as the right corner where you X the program out. We're just gonna open that, and we're going to go right here on this first one that says effect mapping, and I really hope you can see this. Let me see if I'm blocking it. Anyway, I shouldn't be blocking it. So right here in effect mapping, and you're just gonna go ahead and click that, and now you want to go here, click the model that you're trying to put an effect on. So with that right there, now what you can do with this is something called, when you right click it is something called subset set extract, and this will extract all the materials that you have on your model, and you can assign a a effect for each material. So if you want to play around with that a bit, you can, but I am not going to explain that further in this tutorial. But what we are going to do is we're going to set another effect. So with this clicked, just go to set effect and go to the same place or wherever you have your effects at. So I'm just going to go ahead and head over there again. And so now we're right here with these effects, right? Okay, so what I do is same thing as I do for the general whole look of the whole video, is I just kind of experiment with the different effects. And I think with MM effect it uses .x and .fx, so you can just experiment and see which one works the best. But anyways, I have different ones here, so I'm just gonna go back to my pack right here since I'm used to that one the most. And there are some of these, like we used the Fusion 7 over here. Well, that's not gonna be able to load right here. So expect that some effects are not gonna load in this thing. Only certain effects work here. So like M4 tune, I know that works on this. So we can just see how it looks. And that gave him a weird sort of look, right? So if you want to just remove that effect, you would just click remove effect, right? And again, just go to set effect until you find the effect that you like the most. So generally I like to use, sometimes I like to use lotion if it works. Sometimes for some reason this is like very choosy when it wants to work, and I don't know why that is. When I figure out, then I'll let you know, but we'll test it out right now to see if it works. And no, it doesn't, because as you see, his face went real crazy and like some, I don't know, maniac Pikachu or something. But all you gotta do to remove that craziness is just remove effect, and then try to test another one. Alright, so I use that sometimes. Another one I like to use a lot is I'm trying to see. I know that there's that, but it seems like there's another one too. So anyways, I like to use this adult shader, and then I just use, I believe it's, no, is it the adult shader? I believe it is. No, because where's the skin? Let's test it out and just see how it looks. Like I said, you can just test out these things to see how it looks to you. It doesn't have to look right to anybody but yourself. So it gives it sort of some weird effect. Uh, I like this effect sometimes, except for you see these weird creases that come on his face. Like I really don't like that. So I don't think this is the specific one that I use. Let's see another one. Was it auto? Nope, we don't use that. Is it green shader? We can try this SS shader. Okay, so this is probably the one because I see it's a skin. So I tend to use probably this, but we're gonna click it to see what it looks like, which is the S5S shader. So that's S5S shader. No, whoops, S5 shader. And then in this case we'll be using the S5 skin shader, and we'll just see how it looks. Okay, so I think I sort of like that there to some degree. And so yeah, we'll probably just keep that effect on him. And then what you want to do from there is just go ahead and click apply, and then click OK, and then it's gonna stay on your model. And then for each model that you want to add an effect to, that's what you would do. So we're gonna go to her, and 9 times out of 10 we're just going to add the same effect to her. So we're gonna go to MM Effect in the top right corner. Then we're going to go to Effect Mapping. And we're going to go ahead and click the Luca model. And we're going to go to Set Effect. And we're going to just go ahead and put the same thing on her to see how it looks. So yeah, that looks okay to me. And we're just going to go ahead and click Apply right here. And then click OK. And now both our models have effects. Alright. And now we can even add an effect to our stage to see if it looks better. So we're going to go to Effect Mapping, click our stage, Set Effect, and just, wow. So what I didn't realize is they already have all these effects for everything here. So maybe we just want to go through and put those effects on, right? But that will require us to do a sub extract, which I guess since the stage is required like that, maybe I'll just show you. So you're gonna right click your model, you're gonna go to sub extract, right? Sub extract, I did that. And then hold up. Yeah, I thought I'd sub extracted, but sub extract. Okay, yeah, here. It's sub extract, and you see everything has a name for what it is on the stage, right? So like I seen, it said bench. So we're just gonna set effect, and it right here it says bench. Just click it and open it. And it did something to our benches. Yeah, I see it gave it more. I seen what it did. But hopefully you guys seen what it did. It gave it more like a shine to it, so it looks a bit nicer. And we're gonna go through each one and do that. And I think the next one I seen it said book. So I'm just gonna go ahead and look through here for book. Oh, right here. And then we're gonna go ahead to set effect, books. And now I see what it did to that. And our next one is what? Box. So let's find the box. Box. Where is the box? Oh, box. Set effect. And oh, there we go. And then it gave us our nice texture that we needed for the box. That's cool. And then next I think I seen fence. So we're gonna set the fence and basically just go through each of these and put them on. I guess it's even cooler when they include, you know, the effects for it. So that's pretty nice.
Dollhouse, 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 dollhouse. Dollhouse, 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 dollhouse. Dollhouse, dollhouse.
Okay. So I guess we are not going to explain the controller as I am not fully aware of how to use it right now. So anyway, as you see with my stage, I took off the effect diffusion and the other effects because it is making my computer just run too crazily right now, and plus it makes a black sky and I don't want the dark and dubious look. So I just want the blue sky. Had this been a different type of video, black sky would probably be nice. But I frequently use the black sky thing just because it turns that way when I use diffusion. But, and I actually do like it, but not for this video. I want the blue sky and that. So generally, with this here, we're pretty much done. Except for I think I need to load in my camera motion again, so let me just go ahead and do that. Unfortunately, also my computer had some crazy crash thing happen because it's working too hard for this. And this is why generally I do my videos in parts and I don't put this many assets on it. Had I had a faster computer, I would probably go crazy with effects and models and everything that I put on the stage. But working with what my computer can handle, I would just, even what I have right now is above what I need to put for my computer's speed right now. But this is good how it is, and so I'm gonna play again, see if everything is working fine. Yeah, you have your camera motions and things like that. Can we make this look nicer? Yes, we can, but that's not for this tutorial, and my computer is mega going slow, so no, not gonna do that. It already has too many effects and things on it. So we can hope that even how slow they're moving right here does not happen when we mix our video, you know.